What's up guys, and welcome back to Gabe Miller Music. In today's video, I'm going to be making music from scratch on the Novation Circuit Rhythm. And I'm going to be using all custom sounds that you can get for yourself if you hit up the link in the description to get my $5 sample pack. I've updated it for the Circuit Rhythm and added a bunch of new sounds. Thank you so much if you choose to get that. But we've got 3 beats in 3 different genres to get to, so without any further introduction, let's jump into it. All right, I've got a blank project pulled up here, and I've got my samples laid out somewhat by category. Kicks, snares, hi-hats, claps, basses, leads, and some chords. I've also got the other version that has chord banks, but I want to deal with mostly one-shots for most of this session. So let's choose a kick, get 4 on the floor going here, and set my tempo to something around 128 BPM. Maybe I'll tune that down a little bit. That'll work as a start. Let's get some bass going here. This version is what I've been calling the angry bass version, because in addition to all these one shots, we've got all these glitches. But right now I want to make something a little more danceable, so let's go to note. And I'm going to steal a melody from a song I made a while back that I never finished. So let's make a duplicate of that, and then change that little turnaround. So chain these together, get some sidechain going pretty quickly here. Get a little bit of reverb going, get some width out of this thing. It's a pretty good start for like a slap house style track. I should note I'm filming this in advance on a pre-release version of the firmware, so there will be some slight differences between this firmware and the one that you're going to get if you choose to get this device, but it should be pretty close. So next up, I want to get some drums in here. Just simple. Some kind of clap would be nice. I've got these flam type sounds, so I want this to hit just a little bit early. Nice, that's punchy. Just a little bit of reverb on that as well. Now let's just keep building. What if we did this? Bury that in the mix a bit. So this is a pretty good start for just a standard like slap house, future house style drop. Let's move on to something else. That first beat was playing it pretty safe, so let's push it a bit. I'm gonna start out with this kind of 808 style bass. And I want this to be kind of short. Now I'm just gonna leave that aside, I'll come back to it. I wanna get some kind of lead going. I want my velocity to be fixed in this case. So let me speed up the tempo a bit. Try 165 possibly. I'm gonna try to do something kind of in a hyperpop direction. And once again, I want to present these sounds in the best light as possible to be completely transparent with you. So I'm gonna steal another old melody of mine that I think would be cool with a hyperpop spin on it. So let me just chain these together and let's go for it. Then we can duplicate these, make a couple of modifications. So that's our full melody. Let me make sure this saves properly. And then so this is not hitting quite as hard as I want it to, but we can change that. So I think what's really going to bring this to life is some extra drums. And real quick, I should also sidechain, what is it, synth 3? There we go. little bit of ping pong slapback delay to get some width. I want to be cautious with that because it can create some pretty nasty phasing issues if I'm not cautious, but I think this should be okay. So let's get this snare in here. That'll do. Shorten this a bit. So there's a bit of empty space that I want to try to fill. So let's get a new track going and see what I can add. And I also want to do an octave up version of that lead. So let's actually do that next because I might be able to accomplish both goals at once. So this one rings out quite a bit. That definitely needs some sidechain. I like where this is going though. And we still got a few tracks left, so let's see what else we can add. So let me just record this and then we'll try to make it fit. Okay, so that obviously right now does not fit. Let's try to change that. Pitch this way up. Okay, so I'm gonna mute most of this stuff and I just want to hear it with the kick. That sounds about right. That definitely needs some sidechain to it. Nice. That's tight. Once we put all that back together. And then bury that a little bit. Tight. And finally, I've loaded up the other version of my pack that has some chord banks in it. So check this out. This stuff I've actually featured in a previous video. I sampled these chords off of the Roland VerseLab MV1, and now I'm gonna flip them. So I'm trying to make some kind of space trap. So I want these chords to ring out a little bit longer, so I'm actually going to send these down a couple semitones. And of course, some reverb. And some delay. Nice. Kind of want to just use that same 808 as before. So let's figure out the pitch situation. Okay, let's do that. And then I'll just pitch this down afterwards. And now I can just pitch that down. Definitely need to sidechain this. Cut some more lows. Get a clap going. Some kind of hi-hat. And now for a percussion track. So now I want to turn these into hi-hat ratchets, and I'm going to use some velocity to control these volumes because it's a little all over the place. I also want to do some automation because I want this hi-hat to ring out and then I want the snare to be super short. Now I can do some pan automation. That's working for me. Some kind of lead would be nice. I'm I'm imagining I'll want some room in the frequency spectrum for someone to spit some bars over this, even if that's not actually going to happen. Nice. If you'd like to see my first day with the Novation Circuit, which includes more beat making and a bit of sample chopping, you can click or tap up over here. And if you'd like to hear even more beats made with my $5 sample pack, you can click or tap down over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with a new video in a little bit.